Fondest greetings to you all. Hey fans, it's been a while since I've done a video for just us fans. Just got back from New York City, well, a couple of weeks ago, and I've got to talk about the Masquerade NYC. Yes, the Phantom is back in New York, and most of the fan community know just about everything there is to know about it, but this is not only for us fans, it's for if you've heard about it and you're, I don't know if I want to do that when I go to New York or not. I'm a theater person. I like to sit in a theater. I want to see Phantom on stage, which, by the way, the U.S. tour just made its debut and is off and running. I tell you what, Isaiah, when you hear this man's voice, he is truly a gift from God. You're going to be in heaven when you hear his voice. I cannot wait to see the new U.S. tour. And I've already checked it out with a couple of some of the biggest fans that follow everything Phantom out there. And their review of it was absolutely everything I thought it would be. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. So go cast and crew. I will figure out how to get to some city and see it. So, the Phantom is back in New York at MasqueradeNYC. And like probably many other devoted fans, I was on the fence about this. I have personally never, ever been to anything called an immersive or immersive theater. So this was going to be quite new for me. But I was just like, I was old school and said, no, I want to sit in the theater and experience Phantom that way. But really intrigued with the idea of what an immersive theater experience would be like. Because it opens up all kinds of doors and opportunities to tell the full story of the Phantom. Let's talk about the ground rules. They laid out ground rules. Most of you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, go to the website where you buy tickets, read all the rules. There's a strict dress code. You have to wear a mask, which I thought that's pretty damn cool. There are rules about the masks. I didn't think it was real cool when I got to the part where it says no Phantom mask. Now, I love my Phantom mask, and I want to wear it every time I can get a chance. And I kind of didn't like that rule, and I was like, well, nope, I ain't going. I started to think about it, and I said, well, there's other possibilities that you could do and have fun with. I decided to wear part of my actual Phantom costume, even with my full cape and everything. Now the jacket and the cape are kind of tied together, so I went with that, and everything else underneath it was a little bit different. I'll show you a picture, a snippet in this. So it was kind of a nod to the Phantom in the Journey sequence. However, I did the feathered hat from the graveyard, and I did a kind of a look from the Love Never Dies Phantom costume in there. So it was much more black. There's no white bow tie or anything like that. For the mask, I went with a silver mask because the silver was part of the dress code. So I picked this out, and it's a cheap mask off of Amazon. And it worked out quite well. I didn't even modify it at all. I thought about it. In fact, I was planning on doing some black paint with some kind of texture or something, and I was going to do the Phantom logo right here, maybe in some like glitter black or something. So I had some ideas like that, but I simply did not have time before my trip. So this worked out really well. I had a couple of different options that I got, and some were like party masquerade masks, and I didn't like them. They were nice. I just didn't like them. Didn't like the way they fit. This was an option too, and this is the same type mask off of Amazon, and I kind of liked it because it has a music print on there. But I was scared of this one because it's white, even though it's not the traditional Phantom mask. I didn't know if they would say something or not. If you go without a mask, they will provide you one, as most of you know, and they are really cool. I got one as a souvenir anyway. It does have the Phantom logo right up here, which I think is really cool. These are not bad. Some have said they're kind of itchy, and I did ask a couple of folks that wore glasses if this was interfering with them wearing glasses and this under it, and it really doesn't. It's pretty thin. So these are nice, and you just pick them up at the door. Staff in there are wearing these same masks, except they're white. Some folks were asking about my hat. This is a traditional fedora hat, but what I did was put a wire in it. I did some trim, Velcro in here, and you can actually remove the feathers, and it's the only way you can travel with it. So to keep these really nice, you just remove this out of here. I take a cardboard and tape the cardboard together and keep this flat in the luggage, and you just put it back together and bend your wire, and it works out great. I was still unsure that they would be really strict about that. So I was prepared ahead of time. If they didn't like the mask, they said, no, that looks too much like a Phantom mask. You can wear our mask. Okay. I was concerned about wearing the big cape. For those of you that know, the cape's a lot. It's heavy. It's a lot of material. It turned out I was fine. There are times where you can sit down, and I sat down just fine. But I was prepared ahead of time, and what I do is the same thing that when I went to the show in costume for whatever special occasion it was, like the anniversary shows or whatever. I had this bag, which is really thin, that I had got from the Majestic Theater with Souvenirs. You just tuck it in the small of your back, and then that way when I got in the theater or at Masquerade, you can put your cape in this, put the hat in it, put the mask in it, and turn it into and do the coat check. So I was prepared to do that. I didn't have to do that. I think a lot of the cast members were were surprised and actually happy to see a theater nerd show up like that. So I'll get to that in a minute. So souvenirs real quick. Yeah, there are some amazing souvenirs. They are quite expensive. Sad to say that, but any merch, Broadway or off Broadway, is getting more and more expensive. I will say one thing about the window card. I absolutely love this artwork, and it's. However, when I bought it, I was not fast enough to realize that the guy was rolling it up. It evidently got crushed a little bit at the airport, and there's a couple of creases in it. Some other fans have said they ask, do you want it rolled or do you want it flat? I don't remember him saying that at all. He just immediately rolled it up, and they put a rubber band on it and hand it to you. Be aware of that if you do get a window card. I ended up getting several t-shirts, and if you're a friend of mine, you may get a surprise. There's some white ones that say Masquerade on the front. Well, they're black t-shirt, but they have white print, and on the back, Your Obedient Servant. And then you have the red ones, which I kind of like better because it has the Masquerade on the front, and then on the back you have the cool artwork of the chandelier. There's no words on the back at all. It's just the chandelier. I love that. I love that artwork. Let's talk about, as winter's coming, you might want to think about what you're wearing. I know they're going to keep the dress code. You will have the opportunity to check a large or heavy coat. However, there is no overhang at that property. There's nothing but sidewalk. So as the weather gets worse, it's going to get a little interesting. And I probably would not get there any more than 15 minutes ahead of whatever your entry time is, because you're just going to be standing there in the cold. But there's nowhere to get out of the weather. They can't usher you in ahead of time like a theater would. So you're kind of out there and exposed on the sidewalk. If you're there really early, if you're just a nerd like I was and want to see what's going on and see who's showing up, you'll stand over by the trees near the street and wait till it's time for your pulse to line up and get ready. But they will come by, they will check your ID because there is alcoholic beverages. They will put a sticker over your phone camera, and then they will line you up inside the building when it's time for your pulse. I know that they've recently come out with some new exciting things, that they have some teenager friendly pulses that are available. I'm glad to see they're doing that, because as a teen fan of the show, it would be a real bummer that, well, this is only for the adults. And that's entirely not true. So anyway, you get in there, and there is no live music other than a violin soloist. And if you haven't figured it out yet, probably the last name is Dye. Okay, that's probably Christine's dad. The soloist was absolutely magnificent. It's a wonderful medley of all things Phantom. And I quite honestly, I could have listened to that for another half hour. It was wonderful. And he pops up a couple of times in the event, but he will serenade you at the very beginning. Then basically the real show begins. I was very happy when we got to the Masquerade. That's the first big, kind of the big first reveal. After you get your instructions on how to dance the Masquerade, it has nothing to do with the show choreography. It's really simplified and really different. I am not a dancer. I have no business dancing. We get in there, and the costumes are amazing. This is where we get into, okay, it's a real immersive experience, because you are surrounded. You're a part of it, which I thought was glorious. It's like you stepped up out of the theater and you literally walk on stage. If you can remember watching Phantom at the Majestic Theater or wherever you were, if you could literally step up on stage and walk around in the middle of all the dance, this is what it's like. It's amazing. I was taking it all in, and suddenly I flat out started singing along with them because I couldn't help it. I'm going to sing now, and it was fine. Now I was paying attention because I had already known from the others that have talked about it. It is kind of a truncated version, so I was watching for that. It's absolutely amazing. Your first beverage you get is champagne. I chose non-alcoholic, whatever it is, sparkle stuff. Because I really did not want an alcoholic beverage. I wanted to pay close attention and enjoy every little detail. And I also had to pack and be ready for to jump on an airplane. And anyway, I just chose not to partake in any alcoholic beverages that evening, I'm sure it would have been wonderful. I will say that I did not get to experience the actual rooftop. We were kind of under a weather issue that evening. Very high winds were in the area. We had the indoor route, so that was a bummer, because I've seen some people post clips and stuff like that, but it was fine. If you happen to do the indoor route, you're going to be happy. It's brilliant, and I'm sure if you get to go up on the rooftop, it's absolutely fabulous. Shout out to Nick, man, fabulous Phantom, wonderful voice. And at one point, I was right behind, going up the escalator, and I'm like right behind him. He knew I was there. I thought it was fun because I was watching what he was doing. As you go up one escalator and he turns and you go up another set of escalators, he literally leans over and stares down at the people who are coming up so that they can see him in his mask. And me being a theater techie, the first thing I'm looking for is the lights. Okay, can I see any PA in the sound system? Can I see? Okay, where are the techs? Where are the where's the stage management calling cues from? You know, I'm scanning constantly, looking at that stuff. I'm looking at set. I'm looking at costumes, and it's really hard. I mean, the other half of my brain is, will you stop and enjoy the experience? And for the most part, I did. I only spotted a couple of the crew. They did an insane job. This thing is a well-oiled machine. It's like a Swiss watch. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's amazing. And to get that many pulses through there in the time frame that they do, it's amazing. There has been comments where, okay, the sound bleeds over from one area to another. Yeah, it's going to. There's no way to kind of insulate everything so that doesn't happen. It really didn't bother me that bad. You could hear it, but I was focused on whatever room we were in, and I didn't care. I really didn't. I was too busy taking in the story, taking in the experience. You get handed things. You get to experience things. You get handed things. One thing before managers and scene and stuff, you're kind of handed these tickets to the Opera Populaire when they're going to perform Don Juan. You're constantly handed things like roses and all kinds of things. With Carlotta, by the way, who were you? I think it's Beth. Is it Beth? Sorry, Betsy Morgan. Okay, Betsy, I love you. If that was you, thank you. Again, I think some of them were a little stunned at seeing me walk in with the costume, but she absolutely gave me a hug. So I don't know if that was, but anyway, I don't know what I said. I was like, grazie, grazie diva. When she does her thing, and then my friend Jeremy Stoll came in. Hi, Jeremy. Loved it, man. So when he comes in and the other folks and they do their manager's bit, and if you sit at certain places, I've been told this, but I tried to forget everything from everybody's vlog, everybody's talk about everything that you're going to see. Try to be here. I totally threw all that out, and I just wanted to enjoy the experience and take it all in. And I just happened to be lucky enough to sit at certain places that you kind of want to be. In the dressing room for Carlotta, if you sit near the piano, you might get handed a manager's note, which is really cool. Well, this one is a manager's note. There was another one. Carlotta, I believe, reads and passes to somebody else. Mr. Stoll, love you, man. Thank you. That was cool. So as you go through, you're handed things. You're handed candles when you descend to the layer. You kind of become part of the layer with your candles, and I think that's just fabulous. There's a couple of scenes where I really don't want to give away everything. There's other people that will, so you can listen to all the spoilers. But there's a few places where I sat that I wish I hadn't, because my vantage point of, let's just say, the illusion would have been better. But that's okay. It was all absolutely a wonderful experience. I can tell you that hearing from some of the cast members, basically they're going to continue this run as long as it's creating revenue. As long as people are interested in it and participating, they're going to continue this. If I do get a chance to go back to New York, I am definitely returning. Some of the biggest fans that I know of out there who's literally gone back and forth and seen every possible Phantom and Christine, they're all amazing. That's an interesting thing, is once you meet up with whoever your Phantom and your Christine are, they stay with your pulse throughout the entire show. After losing Phantom on Broadway, this experience was quite emotional. I did get emotional several times, and especially at the end. If you don't know by now, you will be removing your mask at the very end of the show. The end of it's not as emotional as the final layer scene on stage, but it is emotional. It really is. And you don't have the Phantom's throne scene, but what they decided to do is just as cool. It's an amazing illusion, and it's a stunning ending. Loved it. Also really loved the kind of the circus area where they go over young Phantom. They really delve into the story more with the book, movies, and there's all kinds of little details that you will see sprinkled in and out that just tie the whole story together, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, I didn't want to put spoilers in this. Maybe another video. I don't know. I should have done this 2 weeks ago when everything was fresh in my mind. Just if you plan on going, go with an open mind. I think you're really gonna be surprised. This is an amazing production. Stellar design went into this. Again, it's a well-oiled machine. It runs like a clock. The cast is stunning. The crew that are running this behind the scenes, and a few you may bump into, they are amazing. This truly is a spectacular theater. It's actually perked my interest into more immersive theater experiences. Anyway, with that, I think I'll leave it there. Hope you get to go enjoy Masquerade. And again, the U.S. Phantom Tour is off and running, and I cannot wait. The Phantom is back. Thank you, Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. I'll leave you with one fun thing that happened, and I don't know if it was because I was in costume or not, but whatever. During the rehearsal scene. Okay, if you do get so lucky, you will be chosen to sit down at the piano, and you will have to play the piano. The piano is a playing piano. It's okay. All the music is tracked again, other than the violinist that I mentioned at the top of the show. And there's another actress that's basically telling you what to do and ask you, oh, can you play the piano and sit down here and then blah, blah, blah. And you're basically playing for Carlotta as she begins singing. So, and she will instruct you when the notes hit, but if you know the score, you know. And one fun thing she says, I don't know if it's scripted or what, but she says, do you play Bach? And just real quick, I said, Weber. So I don't know if she laughed at that or not, but that was a fun thing. And there is so much audience participation, and if you get super lucky, something like that might happen. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. I think it's amazing. I am definitely going back if given the chance. Wish you all a good evening, afternoon, or whatever time of day it is. Bye. You will